we're trying to figure out now, the Gemara just answered why Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba was allowed to disagree, or not disagree, he was allowed to stand behind his Rebbe. The answer was because Rav wasn't just his Rebbe, he was a Talmid Chaver. Rabbi Yirmiyah was a friend who was also a student. Since he was a friend and a student, therefore he was permitted, he was allowed, Rav. So the Gemara says, how in the world do we know that Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba was a Talmid Chaver? Right? Who says? How do you give such an answer? What's your proof? The Gemara says, V'hainu, and this is, the Ka'amar le Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba le Rav. This is what Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba said to Rav. He said to him, Mi badalt. Mi, did you, badalt, bamilashon hivdalta. Right? Havdalah is to separate. Badalt means to separate. So he says, Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba once said to Rav, he said, did you separate between Shabbat and Chol? And you'll see what this means in a second. Amar le, so Rav answered Rabbi Yirmiyah, in, yes, bidilna, I separated. V'lo Amar, and Rav didn't say, and Rabbi Yirmiyah didn't say, mi badil mar. Did the master separate? So now we'll see what exactly that has, how this fits into the answer. For Amar Rabbi Avin. Amar Rabbi Avin. And Rabbi Avin said, Pamachat, one time, Hitpalel Rabbi shel Shabbat be'erev Shabbat. Pamachat, Rabbi Hitpalel hatfilah shel Shabbat be'erev Shabbat. Zot omeret, Hitpalel mukdam. He prayed Arvit early. Va'acharei she'itpalel, v'ze adayin haya or b'chutz, nichnas lemirchatz. Hu nichnas lebeit hamirchatz. He went into the bathhouse. And he took a bath. We're assuming, right? What else do you do there? V'yatza, va'acharei she'hu limed, va'acharei she'aya bebeit hamirchatz, v'yatza mishama, v'shana lan pirkan. And he taught us, shana, b'milashon mishnah, and he taught us pirkan. He taught us our lesson. V'adayin lo chashecha. And it was still not chashecha. Choshech, meaning, let's say, 4:45 is Plaga Mincha, 6 o'clock is Tzeta Kochavim, right? So, he went at 5 o'clock, after he went to shul, he went to the Beit HaMirchatz, he came out at 5:05, and then he went and taught us Torah, and it still wasn't even dark outside, right? Amar Rava, Hahu de nichnas lahazia. You know why he went in there? He went in there to sweat, meaning a sauna. He didn't go to take a shower. A shower or a bath would be asur on Shabbat. He went in only to sweat, to go into the sauna. V'kodem gzeira hava. And this was before the gzeira, meaning to say this. So the Gemara says that, right? So Rava explained that it wasn't chas v'shalom that Rabbi was breaking Shabbat. Rather, he went into to go into the sauna, and this was before they made it asur to go into the sauna. So the Gemara says, "Eini, is this so?" V'ha Abaye shara le Rav Dimi bar Livai lechaburiye sali. And Abaye allowed Rav Dimi bar Livai lechabruye sali, which means la'ashen otan. What they used to do was after they would finish a sali, or those are baskets, sal, right? They would use smoke to harden them, right? They'd be all wet, and they would create fire under the baskets and kind of put them in a room, and the smoke would strengthen them, right? So what happened was, Rav Dimi bar Levaye, he once prayed Tfilah Shel Shabbat, Be'erev Shabbat, while it was still day. And after he came out, he told Abaye that this happened to him. And Abaye said, oh, that's okay. You didn't accept Shabbat. He just prayed Shabbat. How could he not accept, and here, Abaye let him go back and do melacha, right? Do work, which if he accepted Shabbat, that's certainly not permitted. So what's going on? Umeret HaGemara, Hahu ta'uta have. That was a ta'ut. That was a mistake. Meaning that Rav Dimi didn't mean to accept Shabbat. He didn't realize that what he thought it really started, and it didn't. And because he didn't realize, and he thought he started Shabbat the right time, but he was wrong, therefore Abaye went and let him not use that acceptance of Shabbat, meaning he kept it as if it were still not Shabbat. Umeret HaGemara, the Gemara asks, V'ta'uta mi hadra, and just because you make a mistake, mi hadra, are you allowed to go back and redo? What do you mean? You accepted Shabbat, you accepted Shabbat. There's no backsies, Ha Amar Avidan, and Avidan said, Pam Achat Nitkashru Shamayim Bavim. One time it was Shabbat afternoon, and the whole sky became black with clouds. Right? Kusvarim Ha'am Lomar Chashechahu. And the entire nation, the whole city thought, oh, it's Motzei Shabbat. Right? Because it was pitch dark, and they didn't have watches. And everyone went into the town. They went into the shul, and they prayed the tefillah shel Motzei Shabbat. And then the avim, the clouds, scattered, the zarcha chama, and the shemesh ba, Hashem zarachat. Uba'u v'shalot Rebbe, they came and asked Rebbe, what do we do? Amar, Rebbe said, Ho'il v'itpalalu. Since you guys prayed, it's good, you don't have to pray again. Meaning, let's say Shabbat was over 6:30, and they did this at 6 o'clock, they don't have to pray Arvit again, but they cannot, do more melacha until after the correct time of 6:30. So we see from here that just because you made a mistake, even if you make a mistake, we don't let you go back and redo it, right? They didn't have to, the whole nation didn't, this whole city, they didn't have to go back and redo the Arvit Shel Motzei Shabbat. However, Abaye told Rav Dimi that, I know you made a mistake. Don't worry, just go do melacha. You'll pray later. Gemara says, what do you mean? How can you tell me, go pray later? We see from the story of the city in the clouds that they didn't just go pray later. They didn't have to pray again. They were good. The tefillah counted. Answers the Gemara, Sha'ani tzibor de lo matrichan lehu. Tzibor is different. We have that word again, Sha'ani, different. Why? Because we don't want to trouble a tzibor. A tzibor, you don't want to overly burden and make them go back and do it again and again and again.